Fortress Australia is being dismantled piece by piece. Within weeks, more than 100 overseas arrivals will skip hotel quarantine to go straight into home quarantine instead. And they'll only isolate for half the time they do now. It's part of a trial across New South Wales. Until now, returning Australians have had to fight for places in hotels just like this. But according to the Premier, those days will soon be over. Only fully vaccinated people, 175 of them, will take part in this pilot. That includes 50 airline crew members. They'll still be tested for the virus, and facial recognition technology will be used to make sure they follow the rules. Kathleen Calderwood has this story.
Breathing the spring air is a luxury many in hotel quarantine can't enjoy. But thanks to a dodgy air conditioner, Cathie Reid was upgraded to a room with views of Brisbane and a balcony.
The overwhelming relief in actually getting fresh air, it really is indescribable. It's really, really hard not to have fresh air for 2 weeks. It's awful.
So isolating at home, she says, would be amazing.
Particularly for people who've been vaccinated and test negative multiple times. Hotel quarantine is an unnecessarily blunt instrument when there are so many other alternatives.
175 fully vaccinated overseas arrivals will have the chance in New South Wales.
Families, singles, older people, younger people, people in different forms of work. This is a trial and it's about testing different types of accommodation, apartments and homes.
Regular tests are still required and police could drop by at any time. The Premier promises a rapid rollout if the pilot's a success.
We'll work very quickly to scale up. I think we've demonstrated our capacity to make a trial become reality very soon.
We can't stay closed forever. We've got to be able to learn what happens when we put people into home-based quarantine.
It'll use the same app that South Australia's already testing. Facial recognition technology and a geolocator will ensure people are staying put.
The first day or so, I was really focused on making sure I didn't let the phone out of my sight. But then it just became part of a routine.
That state's program is being expanded to include international travellers. Further south, Tasmania will soon welcome vaccinated residents from regional New South Wales, as long as they can guarantee they'll have a place to themselves for a fortnight.
It's been challenging and I know that many people have been frustrated, but it's time to bring Tasmanians home and we're going to do everything we can over coming weeks to do that.
Experts are on board with eventually checking out of hotel quarantine.
Symptoms such as anger, stress, depression. So I think the comfort of your own home is certainly going to help that.
There's no point having less COVID for people in quarantine than there is actually out in the community.
Today's announcement was an important step in reopening New South Wales to the world. The state government says it not only wants to help stranded Aussies get home for Christmas, but also welcome international tourists. Jeremy?
Kathleen, the cap on overseas arrivals is still a barrier to that happening. What's the government saying about that?
The Tourism Minister says he doesn't want those caps in place a day longer than necessary. But first, we have to reach those vaccination targets. People taking part in the pilot are within current caps.
Kathleen Calderwood reporting from Sydney Airport.